Welcome back to PSB University's Cambodia. First of all, I would like to pay my great respect to His Holiness Samdachព្រះមហាសង្ឃរាចា Bukri, Director of ព្រះសិហមុនីរាជា Buddhist Universities and all the leaders of universities. My name is Darath Khim. I am the head of the International Relations Department, and today we have special guests coming to PSB Universities from Australia and from Sri Lanka. So welcome to Cambodia.
Thank you
so much. So would you mind introducing yourself a little bit before we...
Certainly. Thank you very much, Mr. Darath. My name is Karl Meneghella and I'm from Australia. I'm actually based in Bangkok, Thailand, and Professor Dhammika.
I'm Professor Sanath Dhammika. I am from Sri Lanka. Yeah, actually I have been in this field of academics for nearly 24 years, but this is the first time I came to Cambodia and, join with university, yes.
Okay, so PSB universities have just run the PhD program for almost 1 year, and this is the historical occasions in the Buddhist history, Buddhist study histories of Cambodia that we run this PhD program. So at the meantime, we can see that these two honorable guests are very experienced in running the PhD program. So I would like to get your comments about running the PhD program. Can you give us some advice about the PhD publication, please?
Certainly, thank you very much. This is a very new and innovative program, actually from Professor Dhammika. It's basically a PhD by publication. So by publication, it means publishing either in a scholarly journal, so having articles, for example, or doing a textbook, so a book that can be referred to adding to the body of knowledge. The project, as I said, was actually formulated by Professor Dhammika, so I'd like to hand over to you for a very brief background to the PhD program.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Karl. Actually, this is a product designed by myself based on my, teaching and, research experiences over nearly 2 decades. Actually, when it comes to PhD, we know that there are basically 2 types of PhD. One is, the PhD by research, and other one is a PhD by publication. So what I am going to introduce is this PhD by publication. Basically, I have prepared this concept paper. I think I submitted it to the university for the approval, and definitely I have to develop further the TOR, term of references, and SOPs, standard of operations. So then, the program will be completed. So anyway, through this concept paper, what I am proposing is to conduct a PhD program for students, international students. In that, the student can do a sort of a publication, either form of a extensive research paper or an academically sound books for dissertation. And they can submit it to the university, and then there will be a thorough review process based on the quality and the rigor, so we can approve. So then the student, that particular student, will be awarded the PhD degree by the university. So that is the mechanism.
Sorry,
I have just proposed, but this is just in a brief. But there should be a very sound and very elaborative process.
Yes.
For that, I will take the next step once the approval was granted by the university. So I will develop the TOR, then the SOPs, then the program will be completed and we can launch it throughout the globe. Yeah.
This is a very exciting opportunity for students because the PhD by publication means they can be publishing work and researching work in their area of passion. So it could be in the industry or an area that they're really interested in, and then their publications add to the body of knowledge. It means it's a lot more flexible to try and balance work, life and study together, which is a very big task. So we're really excited about this as a project.
This is a very interesting understanding, because actually right now in PSB universities, we are running the PhD program, but we follow the local programs that the student need to do coursework for 1 year. And at the same time, we are developing a PhD international program as well, and getting to know about your ideas running the PhD for publication is a very fruitful and very beneficial for us. We have almost 200 PhD students right now. Yes, and we are looking for international PhD student as well. So that's going to be really good for us to know about that. Thank you.
We're also hoping that having the PhD program in English will open it up to an international student audience. And that's really exciting for PSB here in Cambodia, because it means students anywhere in the world can do this. We have supervisors ready to help guide them, for example. And many students have already done the research methodologies in their masters. So going straight into publication means they have a chance of streamlining the process and going straight into their research of their desired area. You mentioned a minute ago about international programs. Could I just talk for a minute about your own academy? You have a leadership academy here at PSBU, which is very exciting.
Thank you so much for the question. Well, our PSBU Leadership Academy is a member of PSBU family. We created this in 2020, almost 4 years already right now. And we developed 3 main programs. The first is English program. Second is entrepreneurship. And the last one is media program. English, we cooperate with the universities to help developing the English ability of the student by designing the extra curriculum to give and to teach the student for part-time class, because we all know that being an international university, the student need to speak English. So being part of the formal curriculum that the student studying English, for example, let's say the foundation year, they need to study English 1 day a week, and the other depends on their majors. So we found that the foundation year student, they need English ability, because actually in our universities right now, almost all of them need to find a job after class. So being able to communicate in English is very fruitful for them to apply their CV and communicate with the others, especially finding a job. A media program, we help the student to develop the ideas of public, the news, and using the camera, video editing, designing artworks, writing the newspaper and magazine, posting using a social media platform, for example, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. So those are very popular right now. We can say that without this, and how can we promote our universities?
Exactly.
Now it is going to be a new world order. Anyway, if I just add something to my early explanation of the PhD, and as you all know, PhD is considered as a high-level degree where the students are expected to contribute to the body of knowledge. Yeah, the one way is, you can do a research and you can come up with a new knowledge. That is also one of a contribution. But there's another aspect of, learning. That is learning through experience. When you look at, the body of knowledge, we have a lot of people who have been there in their respective field with ample, the big amount of, experiences. So if they can code it as a good knowledge, so that can be also considered as a part of the contribution to the knowledge. So through this, PhD by publication, what I am going to do is I am going to open a door, an opportunity for them to come up and share their knowledge and make a contribution to the body of knowledge. I think those who are, in such nature, in different fields, this is going to be a good opportunity for them. So that's what I want to test, and what I want to prove in the field of academics, not only in Sri Lanka, but throughout the globe.
A very exciting project, very exciting project. You touched for a minute there on community, and you also mentioned that. Could we for a minute focus on PSBU and some of its community outreach? Now, I know that your students here are all 100% scholarship, which is an amazing feat. Every student at PSBU receives a full scholarship for study. But I know also that you're going beyond the campus of the university and doing outreach all through Cambodia. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, PSBU or PSB University is not only providing their 100% scholarship for the student. At the same time, we also support the community by providing the students studying in the community schools, for example, like classrooms, study materials, and the other facility that they need. For example, let's say we just go to the Tabong Khmum province in order to provide the study material to 300 students living there, and we found that because they lack of the materials, and we talked to the teachers, and the teacher said, all right, we need to build some facility, because actually the student need library, for example, like that. And we all know that as an educator, library playing a very important role for the students. Yes. So we also plan to build a library for them, because we believe that that's going to help them.
And these projects aren't just for university students. When Mr. Darath's talking about going into community outreach, it starts right from infants, from kindergarten, right the way through. So it's a way of trying to ensure that there's more equality and there's more access to education for all Cambodians. So very impressive.
So what we are trying to do, we not only inside the university, we focus on the student who graduate from grade 12, and they need to continue their degree. So we support them On the other side, we're looking for the community outreach that what we can do. So at the first, we look at what is the weak points of the community that we can support and what we can do for them. So we went to the community many times and we do a lot of research, and we find that the small students, they need support from us, right? They need support from us. They need a proper classroom. They need good teachers. They need study materials. They need library. They need a good bathroom or toilet, and they need more facilities that can help them to continue their study.
Very good.
It is a sort of human capital development endeavor.
Yeah, exactly
yes,
right.
of
Exactly
course.
right.
This is our commitment.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us here today. We really enjoy coming back to PSBU. I know it's your first time here, but thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming to our university. I really appreciate. So what you've been talking provide us a lot of benefits, and we found this is a very good knowledge for developing our universities. On behalf of International Relations Department, and based on our plan to develop our university internationally, and both of you coming today is a very, very beneficial for us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for giving this
Thank you.
opportunity. Thank you.